that round. They very easily could have played aggressively in a more controlled manner, put a guy or an op on collar on Banana and put a rifle right next to him so they can work off of each other. You don't need to throw that ump down Banana and get your players killed and then spread out everywhere and just get killed individually. It doesn't make sense to me. And Luminosity Gaming, I hope they learn their lesson from that one individual round, because if they don't, they could have another map just stripped from them overtime. I mean, one round's not going to be the entire match, but I saw it happen.
Yeah, it can happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen tonight. Luminosity looking very good. Good flashbangs come out from Casaless, and Knack is able to take down Sick before AS2 trades him out very fast. That's going to be an even trade. That's going to make it 4-4 here as we're into round 6. Fur's going to try and make it 4-3, and he will by pushing up on Shinobi in the apartments, CT side apartments anyways, through Long Hall. Ends up getting the frag over there by Bedroom, and that will leave Casaless one man down.
Yeah, it's going to put a lot of pressure here onto Whitmer to find a pick with that op if he can. Such tight corridors on this map, it makes an op in your hand really make or break on the round. And with the smoke about to dissipate here on Banana, he does have a chance to peek towards coldzera, but I don't even think, no, he's not even close enough to be. coldzera's hanging out more towards construction, so they're staying alive. This is exactly what Luminosity Gaming should be doing. Let Casaless push into their own traps.
And Casaless is going to try and force their way in. Vice does take down Cold. They know Steel is somewhere in the bomb site. They found him at the new box. That gives them the one-man advantage as they're able to get the bomb planted in the B bomb site. So it's going to be Bolts and Fur on the rotate, trying to work their way in. Bolts just eats that flashbang. And Fur are going to be really late out of CT here, trying to work up nice and slow, clearing out water. They know one is now on Banana. They hear the shots coming from New Box. They just have to find the final player who's actually going to be at the back of Emo. And Bolt's looking. Bolt's is able to take down one. Can he spin around in time to take down Vice? Not able to get it. Whitmer rotates over with the op, knowing both CTs are in that direction of CT. And it's only Fur left alive now. Fur does take down Vice. Whitmer will be able to escape the round. Casaless will get 2 in a row. And Whitmer will be able to save the op thanks to that 3K from Vice.
Yeah, huge plays from Vice, and the Casaless players stayed patient, exactly like they should have. Another staple of Luminosity's loss to enemy was the fact that the terrorists were dropping the bomb in a neutral location, waiting, finding those picks, and then making a play with it. And that's exactly what Casaless did on the round. They're not quite out of trouble yet. They're going to need to win one more round to really solidify themselves in this game, but just like that, Casaless right back in the game, all because of some unnecessary aggression from Luminosity. They gave up 2 rounds off essentially that one push.
Yeah, that was absolute waste of a round with those 2 pushes, and that's pretty rough for them. But Luminosity still trying to battle back here, going to be into a bye. They're going to see if they can make it happen with a P90, 3 FAMASs, and 1 silent M4 coming out from Fur. So apparently Fur and company have not fully adjusted back to the A4, and they're going to stick with the silent M4.
Yeah, so far so good for them. Every time I see it in his hands, he has been fragging with it. And great position there in window. Easy frag onto Sick. Unable to make it a second one as Shinobi trades him out, though.
Okay, good trade there by Shinobi. Evens this thing up 4-4. The biggest thing in this round is going to be the fact that Whitmer does have an op in his hands. No Fallen. And Cold, the guy that we've seen opping so far, does not have an op. He's only got himself a FAMAS.
Yeah, it's going to make it that much tougher on him. And I'm also curious how good this fake is going to be from... It was a Vice and AS2 throwing flashes and smokes towards me, making footsteps. I wonder if that's going to pull any feet from coldzera or Bolts. It's actually going to push Bolts deeper into the pit, and Cold now going to be rotating off.
That Vice actually finds himself a frag as he pushes his way up into the B bomb site. Cold takes down one. They know where Whitmer is. It's going to be rotating towards the A bomb site. Cold's got to be careful. We've seen magic from Cold here in this A bomb site from that exact position. Let's see if he can make it happen here. Looking to find some shots. Bolts is able to take down Whitmer. Only AS2 left alive. He's in a pinch though. 1-on-2. Knack will hit the headshot with the FAMAS. That's going to be gun saved. Cold's able to grab the op to save for next round, and Knack will get himself an AK. That'll be Luminosity stopping Casaless from going 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and thank God for Luminosity. coldzera decided to rotate and hold his A position there at the very last second. He was considering running away. He did pop flash towards Art's side, but ultimately staying inside was the right decision. Playing with his teammate Bolts, not falling for the fake, and communicating well within the team. So good work from them, and just like that, they're right back on it. And that was a round where they stayed back. They didn't get aggressive. They let Casaless come to them. They let Casaless burn the clock down themselves. and they took advantage. And once again, they're going to be returning to their aggressive ways, sending a player immediately down mid to find a frag but get traded out.
Yeah, I really don't like those 1-for-1 trades when you just won around.
It just doesn't seem worth it, right?
Yeah, it's not. You just got taken down by a pistol on a 1-for-1 trade. So effectively, all that money was just a waste for that one pistol kill. That was only on player buying a Tech 9. So
Right, and along with that, it's like they can be really, really successful if they just sit back and let Casaless come to them. They're good enough players where they can hold angles and beat pretty much anybody out here in North America. It's not like if the roles were reversed and Casaless was CT side first, sure, maybe get up on Luminosity, surprise them, pull out some kind of crazy play, and try to get your aggression going early, steal away some guns. But Luminosity's the favorite, the better team here. They don't need to do that for the sake of doing it. They can just sit back, play a more vanilla CT style game, and I think it'll be even easier for them.
Definitely, but for some reason they like to be aggressive. Yeah. They play this map this way.
They're here to
lot,
frag.
So yeah, they're here to just force the issue. And let's see if they get aggressive this time. Nope, just playing relatively passive here. And as soon as I said that, it looks like Fur. Now he only moves his way into the bedroom. And Bolt's sitting inside of... see, that's going to be AS2 grabs 2. But Bolt's was sitting there inside the boiler room, able to pick himself up 3. As AS2 did grab a frag. It looked like he was getting a second one. He just teamed up for some damage on the next one, but still.
It was actually his teammate. He got one kill on a counter-terrorist and then took out his teammate as well, so just getting a little too frag hungry there. Sometimes when you see all the bodies and the blood, you just you get ready to shoot, and unfortunately his teammate was on the receiving end of it. So Luminosity Gaming back on it, stringing together wins once again, finding some comfortability, and now they don't even have to they only have AKs here from Casaless, no off to deal with from Whitmer, who's actually even been held to 0 frags on the game. 0-3 and 7 is Whitmer's scoreline, and that has to be really frustrating.
Yeah, Whitmer hasn't been able to get anything really going here with the op in his hands, which is kind of a problem because we should expect some decent fragging coming out of Whitmer, or it's just going to be an off night tonight, which you do not want to have an off night when you're playing against Luminosity Gaming.
No, and that's actually something you talked about before the game started as well. That Whitmer sometimes does have these off games where he isn't the beast that you know he can be.
Yeah, I mean, even there's games even where his team is just getting murdered. I mean, they're just getting destroyed, and he'll have a 4K, an ace, a 3K in garbage rounds
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like he's so fast and he's absolutely nuts. He's just a little hit and miss, and I am really hopeful that Whitmer can put the pieces together here and be able to play well going forward. But so far, not been his night. Cold actually misses an op shot there. Bolts is going to get pushed on. Good flashbang, though. To counter, AS2 will go down, and Bolts will string that into a 3K with only Whitmer left alive. Low on HP. Bolts grabs that one also, so 4 frags in favor of Bolts, and that's 8-2 for Luminosity.
Yeah, really solid self-pop flash coming out there from Bolts. I'm not even sure if he realized how close the terrorists were to him. If that was even a foot more backwards and didn't blind the terrorists, that round very easily could have broken a different direction, but set himself up well for it, lined up the players, and racked the frags. It's exactly what you come to expect from Bolts, and at 14 and 5 himself, he's doing what Bolts does. He's getting frags pretty much all over the place, and I mean, really for the most part, all of the LG players have been fragging well.
And Colt does open it up with the op here, trying to escape from the car, goes down to 14 HP. And we're going to have Casaless here on just a pistol buy. And we've already lost 2, already lost 3 players. Fur and Nat getting very aggressive, going on the hunt, and Fur ends up getting caught out there. So now they know exactly where AS2 is. They end up pushing down Banana to catch him. That'll be 9-2 scoreline in favor of Luminosity as we have a pause and a game crash coming out from one of the Casaless members.
Yeah, hopefully they don't take too long. We went through this process yesterday, and it is not fun going from crash to crash to crash to timeout to crash. So hopefully they can just get him booted from the server and back in. That SSD life treats me well. I hope it treats whoever timed out over there well as well. And Casaless just needs to get right back on the grind and get the rounds. I think they had their peak success when they dropped the bomb in a neutral location, spread out, and just tried to find the picks anywhere they could. One thing that's tough for them is that Luminosity Gaming has been shifting that op all over the place and making it impossible for Casaless to properly predict where the op's going to be and where they can exercise some aggression and where they can find some extra map control, because one round they'll bring it into the apartments, they'll take a pick all the way into T apartments, then Casaless is scared to check out of apartments so they don't want to get opt again. Next round they say, hey, let's go B, let's avoid that op in apartments. Next thing you know, ops on car, they're all getting picked apart by it. So Luminosity, at the very least, despite despite the fact that I do have some issues with their strategy of the raw aggression for aggression's sake, they do play a very dynamic CT side setup, and if you can't adjust to it as a terrorist, it's really tough to play against.
Yeah, so let's see if Casaless is finally able here to counteract the aggression from Luminosity. I think it's going to be big for them if they're able to make that happen. Might be able to grab themselves some more T-sided rounds here, but Luminosity looking on point, even with the aggression. They're shooting well tonight. That's gonna be a problem for Casaless going forward.
Yeah, definitely. Game now live once again. Let's see what they're capable of. Now they're actually just going to be having Cold Zero take a pick with that op down middle. And there you go, Whitmer on the board in spectacular fashion, catching an op frag onto Cold Zero, removing his op from the game unless they can recover it. Really solid first frag of the game. Fur is actually going to be grabbing that op, so scoped gun back in the hands of Luminosity Gaming.
Yeah, Fur's just trying to spam some shots out through the smoke, see if he can catch anybody working their way towards mid from alt mid. Ends up dropping it, and Fur, no, he ends up picking it back up again. I wonder if he's just trying to move the rifle a little bit further away, or the op a little bit further away. Yeah, that's all he's trying to do, is move the op further away to not make it easily retrievable by the Casa players. And yeah, he's going to get it all the way out towards pit. He's going to position himself there in pit, able to use the op effectively down the truck side, and hopefully switch to his rifle if he needs to. Knack alone here at the B bombs. I gotta throw that flash quicker. He's gonna get caught out by Sick. And that, but the barbecue is going. Does a little bit of damage to the Casaless players, but not quite enough here. As Steel does rotate over, just spamming through the smoke. Ends up taking down AS2, but it's still gonna make this a 2 versus 4 in favor of Casaless, and Luminosity just committing to the save here, and Fur will save that op to drop back into the hands of Cold.
Smart idea not playing for it. There's going to be a tough one to win. Maybe if Steel had gotten one more spam frag, they could have gone for it, but having a teammate really far away and Fur with the op and not having any vision on the site and no good flanking angles, by the time they had worked their way up to the site with any to even work themselves in position to win the round, time would be pretty much up. So saving this one out, smart play, having Fur play that long angle with the op is going to keep himself and his teammate protected. Solid round from Casaless there, and they threw the bomb down, as I said, in a neutral location and let their players work. They spread out. Whitmer finally stepped up for the team, got some picks, and then they swung the bomb in the comfortable direction. It seems to work a lot against Luminosity if you can just find that comfortable rhythm playing back in your own, not your own spawn, but your own half of the map for at least the first 30 or so seconds on the round.
So Cold back with the op in hand. Let's see if he's able to take down Whitmer this time. Going to jump across. Whitmer looking for him. Cold doesn't want to try and repeat that. If Whitmer starts to get a hot hand here, it's going to be a problem. And man, Whitmer got very lucky there. And Cold wasn't a little bit more aggressive on that because Whitmer tried to move his way out. Almost ended up getting tore up.
Definitely, but the frags coming in from Fur have been really big. He's actually even going to push through a smoke. He should be able to get a frag and change here. Only gets one before AS2 trades him out, though. Hitting AS2 down to 46 HP.
So we're going to be 2-on-4, and Shinobi's going to make it a 2-on-3. Able to take down Knack. The aggressiveness getting punished a little bit here. That grenade, oh no, it bounced the wrong way. AS2 is able to get away for the time being. Throws the flashbang to prevent anybody from Luminosity from anybody speeding up behind them really fast. And we're actually going to have Fur with all 3 of the frags so far. We drop another Casaless player going into this round, but they're going to be able to hold on here with 2 alive. Shinobi looking to try and get the crossfire with his teammate. Ends up taking down Cold. They know where Shinobi's at. And actually, both of the T's have positioned themselves inside construction. Lots of smokes come down. Steel's able to get on the bomb. Bolts has got to cover here. AS2's going to try and come up from behind. Can't see anything. Bomb does get defused. And that is Luminosity picking up a 10th round.
Yeah, that's such a small seam in that CT smoke is what ruined that round for Casaless. Had that been just a little more cleanly thrown, I think they very easily could have won their round, particularly if AS2 hadn't gotten his position revealed in construction and Shinobi just won that one-on-one with the opera that was coming around the corner. That was one that that so easily could have been winnable for Casaless. Just a few factors didn't break their way, and Luminosity Gaming, once again, getting punished for their aggression, giving up a free bomb site, almost giving up a round because of it, but still were able to frag their way through it and use just fundamental Counter-Strike to win them that round. They found the hole in the smoke, and they fragged through it.
Yeah, good heads-up play by them, working the seam of that smoke. But already we got Vice and Sick picking up frags in favor of Casaless. That works it down to just Bolts and Fur. Can Bolts pick up one? He is able to pick up Shinobi trying to work off the balcony. That makes it a 2-on-3 now. Sick low on HP though, all the way down to 5. And we have Bolts at 15 on the other side of things. And both CTs are now at the A bomb site. And Fur thinking about it a little bit now, thinking he might have made a mistake. Here's the CT spawn smoke come down. And he knows it for sure. He's going to try and push up onto this bomb site. Going to throw a flashbang through it. Going to chase it down. Partially blind. Can he get in and find anybody? Doesn't find anybody at the top of Banana. Looking though. Whitmer comes out and Whitmer hits the fast off shot. Gets it too. Actually takes down Bolts at the end. And that is going to be Casaless finally grabbing a 4th round for themselves. So if they can make this 10-5, that's not bad from T-side.
No, right. That would be the bottom part of average for Casaless. So yeah, 5 rounds T-side. I'll take that. Not any day, but that's solid. If I'm playing a team against Luminosity, sure, 5 rounds T-side, I'll take that. And having Whitmer come alive right now must be so good for them. 5 frags already. You must have picked them up in like 3 rounds worth of fragging. So all that frustration now paying off a little bit. I'm sure they would have liked to have him going a little bit earlier. And Sick here, getting really aggressive up on Banana, could get caught out and punished, but he is actually going to find some position to hide.
Luminosity now trying to grab this 11th round. They don't want Casaless to have any little bit of a buffer here. I mean, 4 rounds is decent, so even if they do drop the pistol round, they're not going to be just immediately at map point on the first map. That is if Luminosity does get the initial pistol round out of second half and gets the 2 anti-ecos. And we'll just have to see how it goes. And Knack right there, gotta be careful. Bumps directly into the side of Sick. They don't see each other because the flashbang. Sick is able to get away with the shot. And is Sick burning yet? No, he's okay to stay alive there. But Vice tries to push through the Molotov. Gets taken out. Steel will get caught from behind by AS2. That's going to be an open B bomb site until here comes the push from Cold. He gets 1 for his trouble. That evens it out. Makes it 2-on-2 here. Bomb planted at B. It'll be Sick and AS2 versus Bolts and Fur. Sick does get spotted. Makes a ton of noise. Fur is able to catch him. So now AS2 got to be 1 versus 2 inside this B bomb site to get the clutch, get the 5th round. Can't take down Bolts, and that'll be an 11th round for Luminosity.
Yeah, solid 2-on-2 retake from them Casaless players, taking individual 1-on-1s there. Well, I mean, I guess the last guy in the 1-on-2 didn't have much of a choice, but I was kind of hoping, given how much time they had in the site to take position, I was hoping that they would perhaps fall back to site, get a crossfire going, just something where they could work their range and not get up in those dirty 1-on-1 areas against a team like Luminosity. But alas, the rounds break down the way they do. 4 rounds for Casaless, not terrible necessarily, but my main takeaway from the Luminosity's loss against Enemy is that I was astounded at how much better their terrorist side was than their counter-terrorist, even though that is the most counterintuitive thing I think I've ever said. Luminosity is really well put together on the terrorist side, and they're really solid on pistols as well. I think regardless of whether or not they're able to win the pistol, I think their coordination on rifles should be enough to carry them through this. I think they've earned themselves enough of a buffer here with the score gap.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. If this is a very, very important pistol round that's going to come out for Casaless. They need to pick this up. Luminosity grabs this one, then they grab the 2 anti-ecos right after that. They're going to be very, very close to map point. Then it's just a gun round away from being on map point. Definitely,
and with just not a lot of presence at A, Luminosity could really punish Casaless here. It's going to be up to AS2 Shinobi and that player rotating in Vice from Library. Vice sees some players, is able to get a headshot as AS2 gets one as well. The hold so far is holding.
Yeah, so now only player left alive will be Knack and Fur. 2 of them, 2-on-2. Can they get Sick? They take Sick down, so Whitmer on the rotate up mid. Going to be looking to try and find a shot here. Knack will be the one he runs into. Knack spots him. He's looking to get the shot off onto Fur, but so much damage getting done here across the board. And that is going to be Fur who takes down Whitmer. 2K for Knack, 3 frags for Fur. And Luminosity does pick up the pistol round, so dangerous territory here for Casaless.
Yeah, really similar to how Casaless was playing. Luminosity just got in there and was looking for trades. Sent their first players in with not a lot of fear and when they died, their supplementary secondary players were able to trade off the frags, do what they needed to do, and once you get the map advantage by trading off the frags with the sight guys, you can fall into position, and it's so much easier to pick off those rotators as they did. Vice, though, going to be bought up on a scout, not able to hit a shot, but he's going to be under a lot of pressure as Luminosity is once again choosing the right bomb site. Only 2 counter-terrorists here to defend.
Let's see what's going to happen. Casaless trying to hold on if they're able to. We have one hiding inside the bomb site. Vice is there on the cover with the scout in his hands. They bought into this one, trying to make it happen, but so far not working out. AS2 is able to get one before Sick also chimes in with the deagle. That makes it just one for him. Looking like he was going to take down Knack, low on HP. Shinobi, final man standing, 5-7 in hand, goes against Bolts over there at Tennis, or Truck, and that will be another round in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one came as cleanly as they had wanted to, particularly because they're going into a bomb state where they effectively had a 5-on-2 running into, but still, round wins are round wins on these anti-eco rounds, so I don't think they're particularly picky, and with a 13-4 scoreline, I'm not sure if economy is the greatest of their worries. Still, though, 2 AKs up, the rest of the players do have MAC 10, so there's still high money-making potential here for Luminosity, and just like that, Casaless is going to be responding with a stack over towards A. I'll be curious to see if Luminosity picks right once again and works towards B, but right now it seems like they may be faking. Those players need to do a lot of work to pull the attention of those Arch players.
And that might be
working.
enough.
Oh, it's working so well.
Working
Too
huge.
well, arguably.
Yeah, all the players have rotated from Casaless to that B bomb site to try and defend. Steel and company will force into the B bomb site. They're able to pick up 2 right off the bat. Steel going to be trying to find AS2. Yeah, and Sick right there. I don't think they've realized just yet, but they're going to be getting themselves in a gunfight. And Steel just spamming with the MAC 10. Able to find 3 frags that round. That's 14-4. Luminosity up. And only one gun round away from being on map point very, very early into map number 1.
Yeah, huge fake there sold by Luminosity. Worked perfectly. They've really been dominating Casaless in the mental games and getting the reads on where Casaless is playing and being able to force the rotates there. There was no chance for Casaless there. I'm sure they still probably don't even know that the bomb was planted at A. I don't even think they got comfortable eyes on the site once those faking players work their way in. So really well executed strat coming out there from Luminosity as they look forward to closing this game out relatively soon.
Yeah, good Molotov coverage will go down. Anybody behind sandbags is going to get lit up right there. Knack still going to check the corner just in case, but nobody there. That will actually push both Casaless members at the B bomb site. Very, very deep, very passive positions here. Shinobi over in construction. And who is that?
Is this
the
fake
number
going to
7
work
man?
Again? Do you think this can work back to back? Oh no, they're going back. They're going to regroup.
Yeah, they're going to go back.
That would have been crazy if they were able to run the same fake strat back to back and have them both work. That would have been awesome. But seems like there might be a little bit of indecision here.
So Luminosity, they're moving back up. So they are going to commit to trying to throw this fake here at the B bomb site. They're going to execute up. Let's see if they can get anything. They need to get some frags to pull some attention from Casaless members, as Vice is going to be looking around, doesn't find anything yet, looking for Steel. Steel takes a ton of damage, doesn't go down. There goes Knack. This might not pull the final man over, and they're still trying to gunfight. Bolts is able to get one before Steel goes down, so Bolts last one left at B. All by himself, and Sick in a great position here to pick up these players.
Spotted? He got spotted.
Probably did, yeah. And that left A wide open here.
Yeah, so it took a long time, but eventually the fake is sold. They are still a man down, they being Luminosity, but they have huge positional advantage here, so I think they should be able to work off each other and get the frags, especially as players like Whitmer taking these individual peaks, trying to make the hero plays. They're going to kill it alone with no trades.
So we have AS2 already worked his way up. Takes down Fur on the trade. Cold knows exactly where he is. Can Cold make this shot happen? Trying to get the damage. He will spam a little bit. Ends up taking down AS2 as he tries to jump behind cover and the default bomb box. And that will be Luminosity now on map point. And as you can see, Casaless having to buy out from here on out. They can't drop a single round. Otherwise, map number 1 is done.
Yeah, effectively the nail in the coffin in this game as Luminosity has all their AKs primed and ready to go. They've been dominating this map, at least on this side, all over the place. Very literally everywhere they went, they've either fragged or controlled the rotates, so wouldn't be surprised if they could just continue to put the pressure on it and close this one out. Now that Casaless has even less firepower to play with, it's going to be just that much harder to get these frags.
Yeah, Furt just barges his way up middle, able to take down Vice. Sick does get a trade out on Nak, who's trying to push him. Oh, Whitmer doesn't look behind it and gets taken down. There goes Sick. It's all up to Shinobi now, low on HP, working his way through Archside. He's going to have 19 HP to work with here. Cold's going to peek out. Cold hits the headshot, and that's done for map number 1. 16-4 victory in favor of Luminosity. We're going to turn our eyes towards the box score real quick, guys. Talk about that as we work towards map number 2.
Yeah, and taking a look at the box scores, no surprise there. Bolts and Fur, top of the scoreboard, fragging out huge for this team, for their teams rather. 23 frags apiece, 112, 106.